Good afternoon, Mel High School. Happy Sunday. Bulldog eNews for the week of January 24th, 2022. I held off today until we had some certainty around a decision for the type of learning we would be using this week. And if you haven't heard, students will return to in person instruction tomorrow, which is Monday, January 24th. And obviously, folks, as we get back into the building, this will be a little bit of a day by day situation. There are 2 days of non traditional instruction left that our district could use. And we also have some options for remote learning, which would not allow the entire district to be closed, but could be groups of students, could be specific schools, could be classrooms. More information to come about that when and if that were to be needed. But the long and short, students are back tomorrow bright and early Monday morning, January 24th. Look forward to seeing each of our students and our staff back together again. A few things as we come back to in person instruction. It's going to be important for us to remind ourselves and remind students that we really have only had 2.5 days of school since winter break, since December 20th ish. So very little opportunity to build normal routines back into play. And so that's going to be very important beginning tomorrow. So I want to remind students masks are still required. I know many of you outside of school probably don't wear a mask that often, but they are still required inside of any JCPS facility. Furthermore, if you have any type of a symptom, if you don't feel well for any reason, you need to stay home. And if there's any question whether or not those symptoms could be COVID-like, we want to make sure and get you tested before you come in the building. Part of us getting through this surge and getting on the other side of that is going to be very mindful and staying home if we don't feel bad if we do feel bad in any way. Also, want to remind our students and staff that Test to Stay is still in play. That allows students or staff that are a close contact to a positive case, if you are vaccinated, to be tested for the first 7 days and continue to come to school or continue to come to work, and to make sure that you're okay and remain symptom free. Also, our voluntary testing. This was a huge success in the fall semester, really helped us at Mel High School. We'll resume this Friday. Our designated day of the week for that is Friday, which also connects to Test to Play. So, all student athletes and any student that participates in an extracurricular club that meets on a regular basis, that schedule of testing will resume this week. So, if you have any questions about that, see Miss Edlin, Miss Emily, or your coach or sponsor. We've got to get back into our regular Test to Play schedule this week. So, parents and students, I want to assure you, I know there's probably some uncertainty in the community. As we know, community spread is still very high. We obviously have done this. When we started school back in the fall, the community spread was also high, but we proved being mindful with masking, utilizing testing, utilizing Test to Stay, Test to Play. We can learn, we can participate, we can compete, and we can keep our Bulldogs safe. And that's what's important. So if you have any questions, don't hesitate to let us know. Again, we're back in person tomorrow. So our gold purple rotation will begin tomorrow, the 24th, as a gold day. And you can see the next 2 weeks there in front of you. Parents and students, I reiterate that essentially we're going to be now on a day-to-day basis. So if there's any issues with staffing, probably more so across the district, more information will come to students and families, just like that's happened over the past 2 or 3 weeks with inclement weather and NTI due to COVID and COVID staffing. All right, going to change gears a little bit. Parents, want to remind you that I shared last week semester report cards from the fall semester are now posted onto Infinite Campus. Here are the information to find those. If you have any questions or you can't access Infinite Campus, please let us know. Give us a call. We'll connect you with the counseling office, and they will make sure that you or your child gets a copy of their fall semester report card. We have put a monumental dent in getting every student a Chromebook from our school. Very excited about this work and this initiative. A few reminders that'll really pick up now that we're going to be back in person. Students, if you have elected to bring your own device or you have received a school issued Chromebook, it is imperative that each night you set a routine to charge that device. And when you come to school, 5 days a week, that device comes with you and is fully charged and ready to go. Also, it's important to note that if you decline the school Chromebook and you've opted or elected to use your own Chromebook, laptop, or tablet, that is just fine. But we do expect you to have a device each and every day, and we don't want that to be your cell phone. So, if you've again opted to bring your own device, it needs to come with you each day. And if for some reason you simply opted out, we could still take care of that and get you a school issued Chromebook. We would just need to do the steps to make sure that that's possible. If for any reason you haven't gotten your Chromebook yet, we're going to really work on that this week while we get a chance to actually see students again in the building. So parents or students, you have questions, let us know, but we'll start knocking that list down immediately as we get back into the building with students this week. Want to remind any of you that are in an AP course, this year will be fairly normal in regards to AP exams and paying for those at a much reduced price, which is awesome. Here's some information in regards to AP exams, paying for those. And if you have any questions, see Mr. Paul Daniel. His email address is right here on the screen. Seniors, reminded you a number of times about baby and buddy ads. That information is here. I'm sure that window of opportunity is about to close. If you have any questions, see our yearbook staff or Miss Gossett personally. Counseling Office has an outstanding edition of Bulldog eNews, edition 14, I believe. Check that out for the week. Also, now that we're back in person, we are giving the ASVAB survey at Louisville Male High School on Tuesday, February 8th. Students, if you're interested, you need to see your counselor or visit the link there on the counseling website by January 26th. That is this week. Want to again remind our student athletes or any student that participates in a club or extracurricular, Test to Play is back to our normal schedule this week. Make sure that we spread that message, and all of our student athletes and those involved in a club or activity are getting tested. Athletics for the week, got a lot going on. And again, as we get back in person, we've got many things to celebrate, and we'll start to get our shout outs built back up as we are back in person. So students, get some rest. I'm sure the alarm clock will be a little earlier in the morning than it's been over the past couple of weeks. We look forward to seeing you. Make sure you're in dress code. Make sure you got your mask. Make sure your cell phone's put away. You bring your electronic device. Let's hit the ground running and have a great week of instruction. I look forward to seeing you. Take care. Stay well. Have a great week, Bulldogs.